Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Alien Collection, the series where we talk about all of the Alien movies. This is all going to be leading up to Alien Earth. Last year we covered the first three movies leading up to leading up to Alien Romulus. And now this year...
movie.
Yeah, and it's Roman enough name.
I can't wait for the sequel, Alien Remus.
You made that joke last year.
Did I?
You did. Play the clip. I think that's all we really have to say about this. I mean, we talked a bit about how we're excited for the new Alien Romulus.
Yep. I hope they make Alien Remus next.
I think that would be the next best thing, wouldn't it?
Fucking hell.
All right. Unfortunately, before we get to the TV show, which I've heard good things about, we gotta cover the not so good movies. Or, the movies that are like, oh, this is a franchise still going. Okay.
Yeah.
And we gotta start by talking about the movie that ultimately killed this franchise for a good while, Alien Resurrection. Fitting name, actually, for a movie that kind of killed the franchise.
Yeah.
This sucks.
I'm just gonna start it off for us today. Can we get a quick fuck Joss Whedon going?
Yeah, sure. It's a carryover from the X marathons.
Yeah, absolutely fuck Joss Whedon for a myriad of reasons.
Oh yeah,
right.
Of course.
Joss Whedon, his behavior on many sets completely inexcusable.
Mm-hmm.
His contribution to the style of dialogue writing in like the 2010s and early 2020s abysmal. And he wrote this movie, and frankly.
Yep.
Well, I would say that this is the one thing I could never forgive him for, but he has actually done a lot of worse stuff. So this is one on the list of things that I can't forgive him for.
Honestly, of like all the projects that he has made, this is no doubt the worst one.
Oh, yeah.
And to be fair, it's not all his fault. You do have to give a lot of blame here for, one, the studio for forcing this shit out. Two, the director just being like, fuck it, I don't really want to do this. I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want. And
yeah.
This is the director of Amelie.
Oh, that's crazy. I actually didn't know that. Or I hadn't thought about it at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at Winona Ryder's character in this movie and be like, oh, I see it.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, Jean-Pierre Jeunet. They're just like, look, we just want to get a director to do this movie. You're artsy-fartsy. You can bring something to this. And he's like, well, I'm not going to bring anything good to it.
Yeah, I'll bring something to it, all right. It will just be abysmal dog shit.
He doesn't even like this movie either. He's like, look, I had to go based off the Joss Whedon script. And he was kind of shitting on, like, of course, every fucking artsy-fartsy director now loves to shit on Marvel and the MCU. And he was like, yeah, well, just like it was written by a guy who's a big comic nerd, and so that's kind of what you get when you have someone like that write these movies. And I'm like, first of all the things to criticize Joss Whedon about, comic book nerd is not the one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like low on the ladder for good old Joss.
On paper this is shit. But there's some ideas in this that I don't hate. Like,
yeah, like what?
I don't mind the idea of like a company finding like DNA of the alien and just fucking with it and ultimately creating their things. I don't mind the idea of space pirates because it's so far in the future now that like space travel is just kind of common, and like that you got these pirates out there. We never really got that in the other Alien movies. Apparently, even though I've never seen the TV show, like this is proto Firefly, just with worse characters.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I like that idea too. And that's it, because like those two ideas, I'm like, those are pretty cool. And I wish they like did a cooler movie with that premise. But
yeah.
Where do you go after Alien 3? And this is ultimately like, well, we're just throwing shit at the wall here. Because like even the idea of bringing back Ripley, and honestly, like this is the worst Ripley has ever been. Like, this isn't Ripley. This is not what made Ripley cool. It's not the person who says, who do I have to fuck to get off this ship? Like, that's not Ripley.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. Is it not literally not Ripley?
Well, yes, it's not Ripley in that it's Ripley, 7? Or, like, it's number of clones that they try to get her DNA and the alien's DNA, because at the end of 3, she has a queen in her. So they're like, look, if we can, like, get her DNA, it probably has the alien DNA in it. So we can see if we can like get the two. That's why the xenomorphs in this movie don't really look like the xenomorphs entirely. They look a bit more fleshy. Like instead of like the biomechanical look, they have more of like a veinier look. Like they look less like pipes and wires and more like veiny. Like
Yeah.
it's a very subtle design, and I honestly think a lot of the puppeteer work in this movie is not that bad. Like there's a scene which I do really like the concept of, where like it's three aliens in a room or xenomorphs I should say, and they all are like, how the fuck are we gonna get out of here? And two of them turn to the one and they're just like, you, and they just start like attacking it so that it could bleed onto the ground and they can escape. Very cool idea. Like I like the idea of like, if like this organism were locked in a room, how would they get out? And I thought that was a pretty fun idea. And like them learning how to like fuck with the scientists, and they're like, okay, if that button can freeze people, let's see if I can make this work. And like, I don't know, I like getting to see the alien do more than just be like an animal. Like it actually learns over time. Because like the thing about xenomorphs is
Yeah.
like their lifespan is like a day.
Yeah. I will say though, I feel like to that end, we get a degree of that in the original movie. And to me, it just rings a little bit more hollow. The idea of like, oh, the xenomorphs are mixed with humans now, which gives them the capacity to adapt. That thing they could already do before, but we're going to show it in a different way. It brings home one of the biggest problems with this movie to me, which is that it seems to think it has a lot of new ideas, but it doesn't.
No, yeah, you're right. I guess it's more just like, it's cool just getting to see more xenomorph stuff, but like that's just like the caveman brain in me where it's like, oh, cool alien. But yeah, but like this has none of the horror. This has none of the fun characters. Honestly, the fun characters thing is the thing that really bothers me, because like you have a lot of really good fucking character actors in this. Ron Perlman, Michael Wincott, Brad Dourif, Winona Ryder, all who play the most unlikable motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
Like they're all evil, and at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't give a fuck if any of you live.
Yeah.
Even Ripley, I'm like, I don't care. Like, this ship can crash and burn for all I give a shit.
Yeah. It's really interesting because it's an interesting tightrope that a lot of movies, like horror movies, wind up having to walk, right? Where, like, the characters need to be fundamentally likable enough that we want to see them survive, but not so likable that we're like truly upset when they die, unless that's like what you're going for, right? But like horror movies require a certain level of like, no, these characters are dirtbags, and a number of them actually kind of deserve it, and it will be fun to watch their insides get turned to outsides.
Yeah, no, like, but that's never been the Alien franchise. Even the last one, even though they're all on paper horrible people, you somewhat get accustomed to who they are as characters, and you think the actors do enough of a job to be like, okay, I kind of don't want to see this one die. At least like what's his name, the king from Game of Thrones, Charles Dance. Like I liked his character, but in this it's just like, oh no, Michael Wincott, the guy who is talking about possibly sexually assaulting Winona Ryder's character, oh no, he gets dragged underneath the floor. Okay, like Ron Perlman's in this movie, and I'm like, he's really fun, but like it's pretty much just a more pervy version of his character from Blade 2. The only like character that's somewhat likable, because it's like, well, the director cares about this one more, is Winona Ryder's character, because that's the one where it's like, okay, this is the most innocent character in this like room of just horrible people. Like they do an interesting thing with her character where they say that she's a robot that believes in God, which I think, ironically, is a very, at least going forward, is a very alien thing to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, because this franchise gets so like spiritual and biblical in a weird way that like that honestly fits now. But they don't do anything with it. Like, there's no like existential thing of like, okay, if this robot believes in God, what does the alien mean then? Like, is it the devil? Is it like demons? Like, what does it mean? Like, it's like, oh, cool idea. Are we going to do anything with it? No. Okay. Then why burn it up? There's moments in this movie where I'm like, okay, honestly, that's a ridiculous thing, and I think that's just interesting. Like, this has the most insane chest burster kill of any of the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
the gore in this movie in general is one of the most entertaining parts about it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's some really nasty effects that I was pretty entertained by.
Yeah, no, the special effects in this movie are actually really good. Like, I mean, it's kind of silly, but like the swimming xenomorphs look pretty damn good for it being like more than 30 years old now. Yeah, the effects are awesome in this movie, and that's one of the things I gotta at least commend, because the last movie had some pretty poor effects.
Oh
They
yeah.
didn't know how to properly like integrate CG with the alien, and now they do. And I guess speaking of effects and xenomorphs and all the shit, we gotta talk about what the fuck is this thing? The half breed.
Oh, the newborn?
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't remember if it's the newborn or the offspring, because you got that new one in Romulus. And
No, it's the newborn. It's not good.
honestly, it goes back to what I said about what I don't like about Romulus is I don't find the idea of a half human, half xenomorph thing cool at all.
Well, I mean, maybe it's just me. I always assumed that to some extent that was supposed to be what the normal xenomorphs were, because they utilized the chest bursters to like impregnate other species, and that's how we get like the dog xenomorphs in Alien 3.
Mm-hmm.
I always just assumed that the xenomorphs we were already familiar with were supposed to have human-like traits. And then they come along with this dripping pile of shit and claim that that's the half-breed, and I'm like, well, that's not interesting.
Exactly. You're basically just putting more human traits into a thing that looks cool, not human.
Yeah.
Like, this thing has the biggest puppy dog eyes imaginable. It doesn't have a protruding mouth. It looks fleshy and weird. Apparently, this is a fun behind-the-scenes fact that I learned, they gave this thing, like, genitals on set. Like, they were like, it has, like, half, like, male, half female genitals.
Oh my god.
But they were like, but the studio was like, no. Like, we are CGing that shit off. We are castrating this thing.
Are there set photos of it?
Quite frankly, I don't need to see it.
I need to see it. Oh my. You can't put this in the video without heavily censoring it, but I will send you a photo for your live reaction.
Okay, here we go. Oh my god.
Yeah, but fuck that. It's
Fuck
not
that.
well designed.
No.
Right? I love a weird psychosexual monster, right? Like Silent Hill 2 is one of my favorite things ever.
I mean,
But this is like not the way to go about it.
the literal chest burster is a dick with teeth.
Yeah.
Like, this whole franchise is pseudosexual. But like, it even has like titties. This does remind me, apparently, like, the only way that Sigourney Weaver would ever come back to an Alien franchise apparently was, I think it was like if they killed her off or she got to fuck an alien. And I think this is how they were like, all right, bet. Like, we'll go there. Which I honestly think, like, upon hearing that, I'm like, oh wait, I think she was just like, all right, I'm gonna see if they could call my bluff. And they're like, all right, here. I guess just to wrap this up, like, in any way that I can say, this movie originally supposed to have Newt as the main character.
Oh, interesting.
That's why Joss Whedon was hired initially, because they're like, hey, we like your work on Buffy. You can do cool female characters, and why don't we bring that to Alien? And then when they were like, oh, we could get Sigourney Weaver back, let's just do that with Sigourney. And now it's just like, oh, I don't know. If you're not going to have actual Ripley in the film, why even bother?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the furthest in the timeline we have gotten with Alien. Like, everything now is either, like, set in the past or in between movies. Like, Romulus was set between Alien and Aliens. I think sometime in, like, the early, like, or the mid-teens, so, like, the 2015 time. Apparently, Neil Blomkamp, the guy who did District 9.
I know. Yeah, I know about this.
He wanted to do an Alien sequel that would contradict Alien 3 and Resurrection. And it would have Sigourney, it would have Michael Biehn, it would have Newt. It would be a straight up sequel to Aliens. And
Right.
the movie never got off the ground because of the movies that we're going to be covering next time. Because Ridley Scott was like, no, I'm doing my own thing. We're not going to do that. That's just pandering.
It sucks because like I like Neil Blomkamp, but I think he would have made a really good movie.
I think he would have made a kick-ass Alien movie, like an Aliens or Alien movie. I've seen some concept art. It's some really cool shit. There's some concept art with like the xenomorphs having like these Weapon X like fucking headsets on them, and it's like they're militarizing it.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Like, really pushing the Weyland-Yutani. Like, they got what they want. Now let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. And I don't know what else. Like, I just like the idea of bringing back both Michael Biehn and Newt. I don't know. I think that would have been really cool. But unfortunately, we never got that movie. And I don't think we ever will. because of what they're doing
No.
now.
Also, is Neil Blomkamp still making movies? When was the last time he directed something?
He directed some weird like virtual reality movie. I don't know. It was like a possession or something. Like I'll have the name here, but he did make a movie recently. Let's test.
You're thinking of Demonic, is the movie
Demonic.
you're thinking
Demonic.
of.
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
that is not the most recent Neil Blomkamp movie.
What is
The
the most?
last movie he directed was in 2023, and it was
Oh
the
wait,
live action Gran Turismo movie.
that's right. I forgot. I heard that was okay.
That's fair. I just think it's really funny that they got fucking Neil Blomkamp to do that.
Apparently, still working on District 10.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, apparently that's something he still wants to do. But we're getting off topic, and honestly, like, fine, because I hate this movie. Is there anything you want to say before we bury this piece of shit?
Fuck Joss Whedon, fuck this movie, and fuck that stupid newborn thing. It's kind of like a bastardization of everything that made the art direction of the first few movies good. And I hope Joss Whedon never works in Hollywood again. That's my time. Thank you.
You can see another movie he fucked up with our review of the Henry Cavill Superman movies. Right here.
And synergy.
Yes. Really fun review. That's it for Alien Resurrection. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please subscribe to our Patreon. For $5 a month, you get to help us get better content and such. Hopefully, I will make a video in the future talking about what is going to be going on the Patreon, so that people can actually have some good stuff. Just for right now, what I'll say, whatever you can do to support us is very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm Max Keller Halls, and with me today we had
Emily. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to our Patreon. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.